Hey guys, Debbie Mason. I'm coming to you live on Tuesday night, the day after the national championship. I watched it. I'm sure you watched it too. It was a great, great game. I think anytime you don't know till 1 second left on the clock if who's going to win, I think that's a really good game. So with championship on the mind, I found this article in Forbes called Heart of a Champion, and I wanted to share that with you tonight. So Simon Keith, maybe you've heard of him. I had not. He's a walking miracle because in 1989, he made history by becoming the first heart transplant recipient to be picked for a pro team. And he did it in his chosen profession of indoor soccer. He was a standout at UNLV. And Simon, when he had his heart transplant, was at a pivotal point in his life. He was the #1 pick in indoor soccer, but he had a heart transplant. So he was at a spot in his life he had to decide. Do I want to go the easy way, or do I want to be a star in my profession? Simon actually decided that he wanted to be the best he could be even before he became an athlete. He wanted to be better than he was at UNLV. He did not want special treatment, and he did not want to be a lesser than athlete. So in this particular article, Simon gives us 3 lessons. See, Simon, against his doctor's wishes, decided to go ahead and pursue his professional career. So these are the 3 lessons that Simon had for us in life today. The first one is this: define your life by your own rules. And here's what he means by this. Simon was told by his doctors that he had a 50% chance of living 10 years. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone told me, and you got to figure Simon was probably 22, 23 years old, he was fresh out of college. If someone told me that I only had 10 years to live, a 50% chance of living 10 years, I'd probably sit on the sofa and never move. But Simon did not do that. He said, you know what? I am not going to play it safe. I'm going to go and I'm going to be better than I was before. See, he knew that he not only had to work harder, Simon had to work smarter, because he had that in the back of his mind all the time that, you know what? I've only got a 50% chance of surviving 10 years. So the lesson for you is, or the lesson for us is, if we want to succeed against our competitors, we not only have to put in the time, we have to put in the discipline. Most of us are not willing to do that. The second lesson was keep the light on green. And here's what he means by that. See, he went through all this pain in rehab, and Simon developed a resilience to fear, because he could have lived in fear, which would have kept his light on red. But he decided to keep his light on green. And here's what Simon did. See, Simon, and this is true for all of us, fear paralyzes people. And had Simon allowed fear to paralyze him, he would have never become an athlete. Fear paralyzes us, and it prevents us from tapping into the power that we have. So Simon, this is a quote from Simon, and I want to read it to you because it's better if I read it properly. Fear is a yellow light. People on red never move at all. All leaders should always see green lights. Don't stop yourself by doing something amazing out of fear, which is exactly what most of us do. And it can be fear of anything. It can be fear of picking up the phone. It can be fear of talking to someone. It can be fear of doing a video. Don't live in fear. Don't let fear define you. And the third thing Simon suggested was turn the list upside down. See, for most of us, we live by list and task and schedules. And usually the bigger things are on the bottom, and we usually tackle the easy things first. But see, if your desire is to be a leader in your profession, you need to turn that list upside down, and you need to be willing to tackle the hard things first. Don't settle for the little things, because rarely, if you do you get to the big things. So turn the list upside down. So here was Simon's lessons. Define life by your own terms, keep the light on green, and turn the list upside down. Really good lessons for us. Now, maybe you're wondering whatever happened to Simon. Simon, 25 years later, has his own foundation. It's called the Simon Keith Foundation, and he helps with people who are having transplants, and he's also a motivational speaker. I mean, wouldn't you love to hear him speak? 25 years after this had all happened, a walking miracle in 1989. I'd encourage you to look up his story. It's a great story. Simon Keith, indoor soccer player, the first heart transplant recipient to play a professional sport. So I hope that motivates you. I would love to know, what is it that you want to be a champion of? What are you letting fear hold you back from? Decide today whatever you want to be a champion of and go for it. See the green light. define life by your own terms, and turn the list upside down. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.